Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart, yeah, nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me, never. I'm so Cassius Clay, I'm Tyson in his prime.
You know me, man. I'm Barry Bonds with mine. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Pressure Podcast. It's a Monday night edition, Money Monday. Let's
Give me a hell yeah!
We are coming to you on a day where the Toronto Blue Jays are not World Series champions. Where
I'm conflicted about that.
the Los Angeles sports teams are undefeated. Where Hollywood is heaven out of the ashes, I guess is how you say it. After being burnt down, the Lakers are looking just fine without LeBron and without Luka for that matter, but Luka's back. Then you have the Dodgers winning another World Series even though they had every excuse to lose. Then you have the fucking Rams just absolutely kicking ass on a bye week for the most part. And then even the San Diego Chargers, which I call are a bunch of fuck-ups, fucked up. But because they play the worst team in the league, they ended up winning anyway.
Cool, nigga.
Now, I am a very, very upset individual because the Dallas Cowboys lost me a lot of money. And that's exactly what we're going to begin the show with is the Monday night football game. Sorry, my apologies. The Monday night football game. You're going to hear a lot of Cowboys here a lot. And I'm not a Cowboy hater or lover. This is a segment, this is a show that we made because we got tired of hearing people speak about the Dallas Cowboys nonstop. We're not one of those. But today, bring that ass here, motherfuckers. Bring that ass here. Big pause.
Sorry,
Big
buddy,
pause.
right here, all day. Right
What's
here.
up, Denali? Welcome to the Pressure Podcast.
Right.
Brother, I'm pissed off.
We beat y'all. Don't
I am
forget
pissed
it.
off, bro. The punk-ass Dallas Cowboys can't do shit right. You can't trust them with money. I trusted them with $400 fucking dollars of my fucking money, and these motherfuckers lost it for me. So now I got to do extra homework this week to recoup that and come back to the positive. Fuck the Dallas Cowboys. They're canceled. Absolute canceled. All I needed was 40 yards from Dak Prescott in the first quarter. You know what this motherfucker does? He gets 36 and 2-3 announced. That fuck. And then, not only that, then I need him to have at least 2 touchdowns. He can't even have a good game. Fuck a first quarter. He can't even have a good game against the Arizona Cardinals at home with their backup quarterback. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that Dak? Yes, he's pussy. He's absolute pussy. This has got to be the worst contract in all of sports. He needs to be under investigation. I will plant evidence against this motherfucker. I need a hit. I need a hit. Something with the Dallas Cowboys because, yeah, they won me money last week, but they're supposed to win me money every fucking week. And that's not just being greedy. That just makes sense. They have a backup quarterback. They're not supposed to be kicking your ass.
Not like this. This was. Come back. Bring that again.
I'm not just saying that because I lost
bad.
for fucking $100.
Be cool, nigga.
But without further ado, we are coming to you live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King Cope.
LeBron.
We are rated M for millennials. It is Money Monday.
Y'all know I'm happy.
And the game of the hour just ended, which the Dallas Cowboys, as I angrily just alliterated, let everybody down. They let America down. They were favored by 2.5. They were not supposed to lose this game. We all know that they have the worst defense in the NFC, but we also know that they have the number 2 ranked offense in all of football. They're not supposed to only be scoring 17 against the Cardinals with their backup quarterback. You know what their backup quarterback did? 115 passer rating with 21 of 31, which is an excellent completion percentage, 65, with 261 and 3 total touchdowns, okay? You know what Dak did? You know what Dak did? Dak had 78.2 passer rating, which was pathetic. 24-39, which means he missed on 15 passes for 252, a touchdown and an interception. For the last 2 weeks, he's completing 61% of his passes for 220 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions, a fucking passer rating of 64.7, and he's 0-2. It's just unbelievable.
Fatality.
If you put money on Dak Prescott next week, I'm going to slap you. I'm going to slap myself because I know I'm not going to do that. I don't give a fuck if it's at 100%. Fuck Dak Prescott. Nothing about him is 100%. Is that he's ass. So, what you learn from this game?
I learned that he's not a top 10 quarterback. I learned that he doesn't handle expectations. I learned that in the biggest moments he never comes through. And I learned that for the most part, most of the time when he plays mediocre teams, he sucks against those mediocre teams, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, the other quarterback usually outplays him. Don't pay attention to neither one of these two bums that are on the screen right here. Jacoby Brissett, he kicked ass, and he's kicked ass to me. He kicked ass to me tonight more than Kyler Murray's done all year. So yeah, Denali, Kyler Murray's trash. That's why he's sitting on the bench. That's why Jacoby Ellsbury Brissett came into the game. It was 21 for 31 for 261 yards and 3 touchdowns. Denali, not Kyler Murray, because he can't do it. That's what I learned. I learned that Dak Prescott's just hard to rely on. Anytime.
I learned that you cannot put money on the Cowboys or Dak Prescott. You can't put money on them. They are a real football organization. They just don't have a defense, and their offense is not the second-ranked offense in the league. Numbers lie. Numbers lie. Numbers lie. You know how numbers lie? Because I don't have $2,000 in my fucking account in fucking Hard Rock Bet. That's why. Because numbers fucking lie. It said they're the number 2 ranked offense in the fucking league. It says that Dak Prescott is an MVP fucking candidate. It says that there's no reason why the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't score 20-something points against the Arizona Cardinals, especially when you put in the fact and you storm in the fact that Jacoby Brissett, who is a capable quarterback, no disrespect to the brother, but he is not on Dak Prescott's level. If you even look at their bank accounts, Dak Prescott is the highest paid quarterback. Matter of fact, he's the highest paid NFL player of all time. He's not supposed to be doing this. This is not supposed to happen. And the fact that it's not the first time, it's not going to be the last time. And the fact that even though we learned our lesson, some people continue to be fools again because numerically, even if you don't trust the Cowboys, you know that they're better than this team. That doesn't work either. That's the shit that I learned. For the fucking grades, I'm going to give the Arizona Cardinals offense an A+. I think they did what they were supposed to do. I don't think they're A+ offense. I just think that they went in there with a game plan, did not fuck it up, and said, you know what, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Let's just do what we do the best we can, as clean as we can, and let's see how we are when the dust settles. And it worked. So you know what? Kudos for execution, for game plan and execution. I'll give you A+. And on the defense, I'll actually give you a fucking A. I'll give you an A, not an A+ because you still had a few laps here and there, but you got to Dak. You didn't get them going on rhythm in any way whatsoever. You also held the running game very, very much to zero. You let nobody get past you and take one play. So I think the Cardinals, they got an A+ as a team here. And then the quarterback, I'm going to give Jacoby Brissett a fucking A+. That is an A+ game. One of those touchdowns is rushing. He did it on his own legs because he deciphered the defense and saw nobody was open. But you know what? Except me. Let's go. He did his thing. So you know what? Cardinals, A+. Your season's still alive. You happen to be in the worst and probably the best division in all of football. I say worst coming from your perspective. So you got a lot of work to do, but kudos to you guys. You guys actually did your damn thing, and there's no shame in a win. okay? But the Dallas Cowboys, I have to give their defense. I'm gonna call them the open door policy because that's not a defense. That's just open door policy. And then for the offense, I'm gonna give them an F. For QB grade, I'm gonna give him a flat out F minus. How about you?
That everything Cowboys F. They came into this game heavy favorites. I figured they was at home. They're really good at home, so I thought home cooking was gonna work. Apparently not, and that's alarming as well. 61%, only 220 yards, and he has more turnovers than he has touchdowns. So that's alarming for him. As far as the Cardinals go, I'm giving them all an A. I'm giving them all an A. I mean, they came into this game not expecting to win. I didn't expect their defense to be this good. I mean, they had 5 sacks on Dak. Dak Prescott usually gets rid of the ball fast, and he has the weapons. That's my thing. It's like you do have George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb on your team, so how the fuck aren't you able to get them the ball? Not to mention Ferguson, who I felt was non-existent in this game for some odd reason. I don't know if it was just how good the Cardinals defense was playing, but the Cardinals wasn't playing around, so I give them all an A. I thought they brought it. I thought they brought their A game, and they clearly wanted it more than the Dallas Cowboys.
That is an absolute fact. Absolute fact. But it wasn't like the Cowboys came in here overconfident and just thought that they were going to roll over Arizona. I think the Cowboys came in here thinking they were expecting a fight, and they just brought the wrong tool.
The better team.
They brought a knife to a gunfight or something. I don't know. They're the Cowboys. They're supposed to be the owners of the gunfight. They're supposed to be the fastest gun in the West. They look like the weakest gun in the West. They're the weakest gun in the NFC East, for that matter. And there's no, you just don't see no fixing this. This is who they are. This is their identity. You are what your record says you are, as Troy Aikman alluded after the game. And they are 3-5-1. And I think they're lucky to get that extra one because they should be 3-6. I think the Cowboys have completely disappointed America. Don't ever say this is America's team. Just like don't tell me that Justin Herbert's a top 10 QB. And that also counts for you, Dak Prescott. This week, you're not going to be in the top 10. So let's get to the Sunday Night Football game, which ended tragically. Daniels dislocated his elbow, might miss the rest of the season. Who knows? We'll see. But don't look good. The Seahawks went in there, beat them down. It was 38-14. They improved to 6-2. They were 3-point favorites. We both called this one. Sam is the MVP at the moment right now. 141 passer rating. This is 21-24 for 330 yards, 4 TDs, and an interception. He did have a bad throw, but you know what? It happens. But what did we learn from here? I learned that the Skins won't be making the playoffs. That's what I learned.
Fatality.
This is it for them. Their season's over. They're not going to make the wild card. Their season's over. Do you disagree or agree?
No, I agree.
Yep. And
I agree entirely.
Yes, and I think people are giving too much blame to Dan Quinn for leaving him out there in a meaningless time of the game. But I'd say it's hindsight 2020. You only say that after the fact. If he would have stayed healthy, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do nothing against conventional wisdom. That was just it's just misfortune. It's just bad luck. It happens in football. It's a rough sport. Hopefully he doesn't miss a season. We'll see. Hopefully it's one of those that pops back up in place. It just has some swelling. We will see the updates as we get any more details. But for now, all we can speculate is that he might just miss the season. What'd you learn from here, bro?
I learned that either Sammy D really is the MVP and he is the best quarterback right now playing in football, or that the Redskins defense is Swiss cheese, just like Cincinnati, just plain air. And cause
No.
I feel like that
No,
shit, bro. That shit is literally.
No,
Bro, they
no.
scored 30.
I know, but watch your vernacular, okay? So we called the Dallas Cowboys We call it Dallas Cowboys
Bro,
open door
bad,
policy.
bro. This is
You're gonna
bad.
have to call the Skins something else because we.
Then Swiss
we-
cheese. I said Swiss.
All right, so then
Swiss
leave it at
cheese.
that and don't
All
add
right,
any more
all right, I got
vernacular.
you, I got
Because
you.
we're gonna save air for one more, okay? The only one deserves to be air, and we'll get to that one. They lost me money too.
The
And
airbender.
it's not
All
been
right,
an
I
easy
got-
weekend, y'all.
I got you. So
All right.
Swiss cheese, man. They really got to be Swiss cheese. This is easy. You know when you go into this game that you're gonna be able to score points. Let's put it like that. They scored a lot of them, and they scored them in bunches, and they scored them fast. This game was over really fast. And Sammy D, I learned that he is definitely in the running for MVP, and that JNC he's not that bad, huh?
Nah.
He's not that bad at all.
This was taking candy from a baby. The Seahawks walked into DC and literally smacked these motherfuckers around and did whatever the hell they wanted to. Now, conventional wisdom will tell you in the streets, before there was law and order, we only got around with street rules. And one of the main street rules is no man goes to another man's house and starts telling him what to do. The Seahawks did that and got away with it in front of all of America. And
In every way.
this I actually saw coming. I saw a beatdown, but I didn't think it was going to be this, convincing and this easy. The Seahawks made it look easy. It really isn't. He is right. The Skins defense is very, very Swiss cheese, and they actually didn't have a bad running game, running day, even though I think they're the worst running team in the league. The fact that they just lost Daniels probably for the rest of the year tells you that I also learned that Jaden Daniels is made of glass. That's the reality. It's unfortunate, but I think it's clear as day. This man is made of glass. This man is very brittle. This man is shatters very easily. And in a sport like football, it's just very misfortune that the DC Skins get two of those guys like that, in RG3 and now JD5. You know what? Just stop giving them nicknames with their jersey number at the end, and maybe that will work. We'll see.
Fatality.
All
Another
right.
thing I want to say is that to me, the Redskins, they didn't look like the coach had them prepared to play either. They had a lot of miscues as far as like holding on to the ball and stuff like that, and that to me is
Well, the Seahawks are
more
becoming
coaching as much as it is,
The Seahawks are becoming a physical team, so no doubt that when they jumped at him like that, the Skins were unprepared. They looked like they didn't expect the Seahawks to jump in, like, as they jumped out like aggressive from the get go, and once they saw that there was no barrier, it just never stopped, and they just kept pouring it
Yeah,
on.
it was like they already.
So,
it was like they knew.
I'll give you that. The Seahawks had to jump on the Skins, but I wouldn't say that they were completely unprepared. I just don't think that they had the manhood to stand up to that kind of fight. I think the Seahawks were just a better man that night. I think that if you give this the Skins team a redo, they'll come out way more prepared than that. They wouldn't get the jump on them like that. The Seahawks wouldn't be up so early like they did. I think it's because their physicality just, I think, completely overwhelmed them. They just weren't expecting that. I thought they did a pretty good job to adjust towards the end of the game, because believe it or not, it was only 21-14 after the adjustments, but they were already down 14-0 by the time they realized, hey, we came up, saying short. We got to start matching their physicality, because these motherfuckers are going to kick our ass if we don't. And they ended up still doing it. But
yeah, they are. You're right. You are right.
Let's read
Denali.
some
They
chats
are
here.
simps.
Kyler Murray's elite when healthy. I already read that. He's just had a bad play calling. No Luka, no LeBron, and no Austin Reeves. Maybe no problem. Man, fuck the Lakers. The Lakers might be the second best team in the Western Conference. Now you talking a little too much there. And the Commanders are simps. Yes, they are. The Commanders are turning to simps. Their defense definitely been simping. Speaking of, for team grade, I'll give the Washington defense an absolute
F's
F.
all around.
I'll give the offense an F. I'll give the Seahawks an A plus on offense. I'll give the defense an A plus. And as far as quarterbacks, Sam Darnold's an A plus, and JD5, he had a C game. I say C minus.
I gave JD a D plus. Everything else pretty much is the same. I gave Washington offense, defense, F. They were terrible on both sides of the ball, and then special teams as well. That was bad as well. So, and then Seattle's team completely just A plus, A plus, A plus, so all over the field.
Nice. All right, y'all. Let's get to the rest of the standard games here. It is Money Monday, so we have to recap Kansas City Buffalo. We got to recap a few games, but let's start with the week games that we don't give a fuck about. All right. Here we got the Week 9 picks. This I called a surprise shootout. I called this one. I'm pretty good at this shit. I just figured Dart. There's no defense for Dart in San Francisco. I learned that Dart is by far the best rookie quarterback right now. Okay, he's way better than Cam Ward, and he's way better than Dylan Gabriel for sure. So he is very good, and he's pro ready, and it looks like he's only improving. But against Shanahan and Mac Jones, remember, these guys played a tough defense last week. This week, no. Mac Jones, I was like, you know what? Mac Jones is going to do it. He's going to be himself again with Shanahan, and they ended up winning 34-24. So I didn't get surprised by anything, but I did learn that Dart is by far the best rookie quarterback of his class. So what about you?
I learned that the San Francisco 49ers are going to be all right. They with or without Purdy, they're going to be all right. They're going to be in the running. I don't think they'll get past anybody in the playoffs as far as like some of these top teams, but they definitely give them a run for their money. Kyle Shanahan knows what he's doing. And yeah, Dart, I agree. Dart is, yeah. I wasn't gonna say that per se, but as of right now, if I had to choose who's performing the best, it's definitely Dart, without a doubt. So I agree with that.
And we both picked the San Francisco 49ers on that one, so we got that one. Then we got the Chicago and Cincinnati game. I said bet the over, and the over is exactly what you should have bet. Just so you know, all these little under tabs, I had them as we predicted our shit Saturday. You could look back, the receipts are there. So, yes, I have a knack for calling some of these. But some of these are actually kind of obvious. Don't give me too much credit. To me, some of these are kind of obvious. I saw that San Francisco, without Fred Warner, don't have a defense like that, and they won't have enough to stop Jackson Dart at home. So he should be able to cook, but you should still win. This one, I saw no defense. I had no idea what we were going to witness, but I saw no defense. I even bet the Cincinnati game because I had no thinking that Caleb is that good, okay? Caleb isn't that good. Caleb is not that good. Caleb is not that fucking good. I'm not just saying that because I lost $250 fucking in this goddamn game.
Fatality.
I'm saying that because the only reason this happened is because the defense I told him not to call air is right here. This is not Swiss cheese. This is worse than open door policy. This is air. This is fucking air. Like this guy is known, like what Kobe is on right now, like whatever Steph fucking Curry had in his head is all the way out there somewhere. Air, we're all fucking witness. That's what this fucking defense is. Because when you think that you had it covered, they were winning 42-41 with seconds left, and these guys have no timeouts. All they had to do was fucking secure a tackle, and all they had to do was spike and kick the field goal. Chicago wins. I still win money. Wrong. What happens is this motherfuckers don't secure the tackle, and he runs it all the way for a fucking touchdown to seal the deal. This is air. That's what Cincinnati Bengals is. I bet the over, but I also bet Cincinnati's going to win, and that didn't happen. Cincinnati is now 4th in the AFC North. That's the only thing I fucking learned. What about you, bro?
I didn't learn nothing. I already said the thing with Caleb Williams to me is it's overbearing at this point. Like if he's good, he's good. If he's not good, then we gotta call it how it is. And to me, there's a lot of gimmicks. There was a lot of gimmicks in his offense with this game, anyways. Cincinnati's just terrible defensively, so I kind of knew that already going in. That's why I picked Chicago to win this game. But I'm not impressed with Caleb Williams. I'm really not.
Just to put it into context, everybody, yeah, I'm pissed off. Joe fucking Flacco had 400 fucking yards in the air and fucking 4 touchdowns. This man went ham in fantasy football, okay? If I were to tell you, as a Chicago Bear, you open the game and these motherfuckers, as soon as you kick them to the opening kickoff, they run it back for a touchdown. You're like, God damn, it's going to be a long day. Then they fucking block one of your fucking field goals, not to mention they get the onside kick and get the fucking lead with seconds left and you have no timeouts. You're supposed to lose that game. But of course you're not going to lose that game. When you're playing against air, that's what you have to worry about. Cincinnati, it ain't just that you have the weakest offensive line and you lost your franchise quarterback for the third time. It's just the fact that you are worse than last year. I cannot believe you are actually worse than you were last year. Fuck you. I literally hope you lose your franchise and they move to Orlando or something. Fuck them.
Fatality.
And then the next game should be money. It's the fucking Chargers here. The San Diego Chargers
You were dead on.
and the
about this.
Tennessee Titans. There's another one I predicted right. Because the Chargers are 9.5 point favorites heading into this game. I said should be money, but I wouldn't bet it. I'll just bet the money line. I have no doubt that the Chargers are going to win. I just don't trust them to win by 9.5, meaning 10 points. And I was right. Not only was I dead right, these motherfuckers were down 10. How the fuck were you down 10 to the Tennessee Titans? You're supposed to be a playoff team. Look at their record, 6-3. What I've learned is this is the most untrustworthy team, the most untrustworthy team in the AFC. That's what I've learned from the San Diego Chargers. What about you?
Yeah, I learned the same thing, that you can't trust Judge. Herb, he's just the same. He's the same thing to me. He's like, he's hot and cold, and you don't know what you're gonna get. It's not consistent enough in order to move on to bigger and better things. Like, yes, you can make the playoffs with this team, but what after that? And that's where I question, like, why keep this quarterback intact on this team if he just can't get it done in the biggest moments. And again, my thing with Justin Herbert is he'll light it up one week, and it could be actually a good defense, and he'll light it up. But then the next game comes, and it's a sorry ass team, and he looks pedestrian. So that's what I see with I learned that Justin Herbert, no matter what, I just can't trust him, and I can't trust this team. Like, this team it's fool's gold. It's fool's
All
gold.
right, let's get to the next fucking games here.
It's another fucking team. That's
Another one where I lost money. Drake under pressure. And goddamn it, I called it. I should not have trusted the Patriots to win 4.5 point spread. They were 4.5 point favorites to this game. What did you learn from here?
I learned that Drake May still has a long way to go as far as ball security. I've seen in the last few games where he still has his moments where he fucks up, but he's still young. He's still learning, and he's gonna make these boneheaded mistakes at times until he gets more playing time and learns pretty much what every defense is trying to do with their offensive game plan. I learned that Michael Penix is their franchise quarterback for Atlanta, and he proved it in this game, because to me, that was the best part of this game, was being able to see Michael Penix against a top 10 defense and being able to get it done for the most part, in my opinion. Maybe not the best as far as percentage-wise, 22 or 37, but he had the 3 touchdowns. He didn't turn the ball over, and to me, that was really important for a young quarterback.
Well, I learned that May, all puns intended, have something to worry about over there. Drake under pressure is his weakness. This man under pressure does not know how to decipher defenses as quickly. So until he does, this is his weakness. However, you got to build a defense like Atlanta to be able to put that kind of pressure on him. So that's the only saving grace. But I've learned that Drake May is human. Very, very human, and very, very inexperienced. All right. Let's get to some chats here. Fuck the Lakers. Who bets $250 on a game? What? Bro, I bet thousands of dollars a week. What are you talking about? Thousands. I bet $250 on Sunday, and I hit a nice parlay, but I lost it all thanks to fucking Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. So now I got to recoup that. But I never go broke. And I never have to put money from my bank account in there anymore. I just keep it there. All right. The next game, the Green Bay Packers bye week. Green Bay Packers bye week. What I should have put is should be money part 3. That's what I put. Because this didn't happen. This didn't happen. I even said, because the Green Bay Packers are favored by 12.5. I don't trust Love, so just bet the money line. Even though it should be a bye week, something tells me it won't be. Bet the money line because I don't trust Jordan Love, and this is why. They flat out lost. The money line didn't even hit. You know what I learned? I learned that this is the most untrustworthy team in the NFC. They're the San Diego Chargers of the NFC.
That's a good take.
That's literally what they are.
Fatality.
They both started off hot, then they both fizzled down to reality, and now it looks like they've regained their footing, but not really. Not really. They just, I think they're hovering at about 500. It's just that their hot start makes them look better than what they are. That's what it is. They're the most untrustworthy team in the NFC. What did you learn here?
I learned that Bryce Young, it might be time for him to go. I don't like what I see from him. He's just another one who's just like, it's not even hot and cold with him. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I think maybe he's too small for the NFL, so it might be time to just say no to this career. And then I learned that Jordan Love is
The Justin Herbert of
he's
the
clumsy.
NFC.
He's clumsy. He's like a
He's
tall,
the Justin
lanky, kind of like where he doesn't like his mechanics don't suit him because he's too tall, so he's not able to make all the throws and stuff like that. Kind of like that basketball player that has like the deer legs. You know what I'm talking about? The one that looks like he's a deer running around like that. Like he's just out of control. I don't like what I see from Jordan Love, and I don't think he'll ever be that guy. I don't see it. If I was Green Bay, I'd just run the fucking ball. Josh Jacobs, he's there. I mean, 17 carries, 87 yards. You give him a little bit more carries, who knows? Maybe you win that game. I mean, you basically only needed 3 more points than them, so.
Yep, but they didn't. And
couldn't even do that.
Bryce Young and company took care of business. They did what any smart team would do. Take any win anyhow you can. They still above 500, so congratulations to Carolina. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions, where I put should be money part 2. The reason I say should be money part 2 is because the Detroit line was 8.5-point favorites, meaning Detroit's supposed to win this game by 9 according to Vegas. I said, well, according to me, I don't trust Goff because Goff has a ceiling and J.J. McCarthy's back. I think this team is a lot more better when J.J. McCarthy than when they have Carson Wentz, and I'm proven to be right. Should be money part 2. They flat out lost. This is another one where I just can't trust Goff, and I can't trust the Detroit Lions, so I don't like to put money on them. I'm glad I didn't. What I learned here is that the Lions Super Bowl window is closing faster than expected. I think this is their last year to realistically make the Super Bowl before they got to draft another quarterback.
Finish him.
What'd you learn from here?
I learned that they're a run-first team. They need to run the ball more to be effective. They weren't effective because they weren't running the ball as much. If I can pull up.
Stop making Goff Drew Brees.
I'm not saying anything about because that's the thing. I ain't learned nothing about Jared Goff. We already spoke about how we believe he has
No, I'm talking to the coach making him pass 50 times.
Oh,
You're supposed to run 50 times.
25 of 37, right? You would think Jahmyr Gibbs, who's one of the premier running backs in the league, would get at least 15 carries. He only got 9. David Montgomery only got 11. These are, to me, like 2 of the best tandem running backs in the NFL, and they didn't get the ball enough, in my opinion. And Jared Goff is more effective when he's running his offense off of play action.
All right. And then the last slate of games here.
Give me a hell yeah.
Here we have the QB tip drill video. Was kind of true because I expected a lot of QB ass play in this game. Big pause. But Gino and Trevor had their moments, but they still were ass. They were still ass. You look at their passer rating; they neither of them had really had a good game. They just had moments. The Jacksonville Jaguars, to their credit, fought very hard. So did the Raiders. They actually fought harder than I expected. I didn't expect this to be the score. I learned that Jacksonville is the luckiest team in the NFL. They could easily be 0-8 right now, and they could easily be 8-0 because that's how lucky they are. I have no idea how they beat the Chiefs. I don't remember. I have no recollection of how they ever beat the fucking Chiefs. They are lucky that they beat the Titans. They're lucky that they beat whoever they beat week 1. They're lucky to win this game. I thought they lost this game. They have to be the luckiest team in the league right now because their quarterback has a passer rating that averages in 77. All the other quarterbacks in his category, do you know who they are? Jacoby Brissett, Jake Browning, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. You get the picture. All those guys have a below 500 record except for him. So that's why I call him the luckiest. There's got to be the luckiest team. Because in the QFL, this is not supposed to be 5-3 with that kind of Q. All right. So what you learn?
I learned that Trevor Lawrence needs to get thrown off that team. He's terrible, and he should have lost. He should have lost. It was because I believe they kicked 3, so they went up. They went up in this game. I believe that's what happened. And or no, they got 6. They got 6. My bad. They did get 6. But Las Vegas went right back down the field and scored their own touchdown. The only reason that Vegas didn't tie this game was because they had the balls to actually try to go and win the game. As opposed to that sorry-ass dude quarterback who can't even throw one fucking touchdown in a game against the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sorry, not sorry. That guy is terrible, and that's his name forever.
That's
Terror.
That's tied.
Lawrence.
That's tied in the last 10 years for the most wins by a quarterback with 0 touchdowns. 3 in the same season. I mean.
And I learned that the Jacksonville Jaguars defense is overrated.
Yeah.
They just haven't played nobody really good, and Mahomes, he's just up and down. So that game wasn't, to me, isn't a measuring stick anymore. When I look at it, I'm like, that's not realistic when it comes to their defense. I don't trust their defense anymore.
And then you got the Saints and Rams game where I cleverly said will be money. Notice how the other ones were should be money because I didn't trust it. Will be money. I trusted this was going to be money. The fucking the Rams didn't let me down. I won money off of this game because they're the only ones that know how to do shit the right way. They're fucking 14-point favorites, and I don't like to bet double digits, but some things are very fucking obvious. This was going to be money. This will be money, and it was money. Thank the good Lord, because if you and the other parlay, I would have literally lost it. I learned that Nakua will be sand, just dust. Nakua and JD5 are what they are, guys. Stars who are very, very, very glass. And I think it's time to accept that. I've accepted it.
Fatality.
I will never have JD5 and Nakua in my fantasy football team ever again. Because, yes, they'll come back and play, but, yes, they'll miss a few more games. What you learn?
I learned that the New Orleans Saints are going to have the number 1 overall pick come this draft next year. And I learned that the Rams are a scary team to deal with if they're healthy.
I slow my roll on that because it's very likely this might be a 3-way tie, and we don't know who's the number 1 draft pick. Because all 3 teams that are 1-8 really, really look 1-8. That's fun. So, who has the easiest schedule or the luckiest break?
I just watched Kamara basically give them the game. He just said, you know what, go ahead, take this one. Why do you want to play anymore? They sat his ass down.
They just might. They might be the team that throws an errant pass, but it gets deflected and ends up being a touchdown. While the New York Trash have an errant pass deflected for a pick 6.
We can say this. The other two teams haven't had their quarterback benched.
Well, how about this? The Saints will have the first pick to a quarterback in the upcoming NFL
Okay.
draft. Because
Okay.
I don't think the New York Trash are going to completely, you got to remember, they're dysfunctional.
Yeah.
They just like they fucked up the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes where they bullshit ass win at the end of the season. They might fuck it up again when they have it right there in their grasp. The number one overall pick, they'll fuck it up again. So the Saints will probably still number one because even if the Titans get the number one, they just got their quarterback. So
They're not going up there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
all right, so let's get to the money games that were here at 1:00. Here we have the Broncos and the Texans. I predicted that the Texans were going to win. Vegas had them favored by 1.5 points. C.J. Stroud left the game with concussion early. As you see, he had a pretty good game, 85 passer rating, 6 for 10, 79 yards. He looked like he was maybe going to lead them to a win. Knicks didn't have a good day, 68.8 passer rating, 18 of 37, 173 yards, which is below 500, below 50%, and 2 touchdowns and an interception. I'll let you take care of this one first. What did you learn from here, bro?
I learned that I can't trust Bo Nix. I learned that they're going to have to dumb it down with him, maybe run the ball a little bit more. And on top of that, that Broncos defense will save games.
Well, it's not all his fault. I think the Texans are now the number one defense in the league.
You think so?
I got to see them against the Lamar or the
I think he had some
Mahomes or the
I think he had some boneheaded.
Josh Allen's.
I think he had some boneheaded throws. I watched this and I was like, some of these throws were like
But I also said
right
bet
to
the
the
under.
safety on one of them. I was like, no.
Like I told everybody to bet the over in the Chicago-Cincinnati game. I said bet the under. These two guys average 40 points a game in the last 4, and they're both 2-2. And as you see, this was a very close game. It was 15-15 to the very end. And they only scored 33 points between them.
Yeah, you might be right about that. But I just with Knicks being so hot and cold, I don't know if that was more the defense or if it was just Bo Nix having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Because he just had a great day against Dallas, but Dallas was
No, he had a bad game in his terms. I'll give you that, but it's not all his fault because he was against a good defense. I just expected him to be like what C.J. Stroud did, a little average. He didn't do that. He was below average.
Yeah.
I learned that the AFC West is now Denver's to lose. If the Denver Broncos want home field advantage throughout the fucking playoffs in their side of the bracket as the number 2 seed, they're gonna have to hold this one. So it's theirs to lose. As far as team grade is concerned, I'm gonna give the Denver Broncos defense an A, and I'll give the Texans an A+. I thought the Texans did a better job on the Broncos than the Broncos did on C.J. Stroud, but I think they both did a damn good job because it was a very low-scoring game. Offenses, though, I give the Broncos an F, and I'll give the Texans a C-. And quarterback grade, I'll give C.J. a B. It looked like he was going to have a B+ or A game, and Knicks had an F game. Knicks, he flat out flunked to me. How about you?
I can't give Bo Nix an F because he did make a couple throws when he needed to. Mind you, I know it was against Davis Mills, but I mean the defense was out there, and if we're saying that defense is like that, and he was able to make some of those throws, I can't give him a flat out F. I give him a D. I give him a D because they
Big
won the
pause.
game, and because he actually did make a couple throws there late.
That letter doesn't exist in my vocab, so I'll either give a C or a F. So there's no in between.
Okay, so I give it a D, and then
Pause.
and then the offense, I give it a D as well. And
Pause.
And then the defense was
I was about to say.
the defense was an A+. It was an A+. Like they flat out brought it. I don't care who it was. They was gonna bring it anyways. As far as the Texans, I give their defense an A+ as well. Offensively, I actually not gonna like crucify the Texans because I thought even with Davis Mills they were able to move the ball a little bit, and they still had a chance to win this game. I mean, 15-18, that's a pretty good game, just a defensive game. So I give them a B, and then the quarterback C.J. Stroud, I give him a B, and then Mills, I give him a C.
All right. Then we have the game where I should have called, but I didn't, because I was being biased. But I did admit to everybody I was being biased for not just because I'm a Ravens fan. I want to see the Steelers lose, but because I have Jonathan Taylor. I just wanted 3 touchdowns, and that didn't happen. Matter of fact, the exact opposite happened. Pittsburgh held the Indiana Colts to only 55 yards rushing. Now, granted, the Steelers only had, I think, 32 of their own, 35 of their own, but they had way better quarterback play and less turnovers. All right? Because let me tell you something. You know what I know? You know what?
My nigga
You wanna
just
know what
fucked
I
up
learned?
in one game.
You know what I want to know how to learn? There's no such thing as a cure for Down syndrome. That's what I fucking learned. Down syndrome Jones is back. Denali, this is why I call him Down syndrome Jones. I thought he was a quarterback with Down syndrome. I thought they had an autistic guy at quarterback in the New York Giants all these years. So I called him, that was my nickname, Down syndrome. And it looks like Down syndrome is finally back. This is why I never put him in my top 10 QB. Denali, you see? It ain't because I like white quarterbacks. I don't give a fuck. It's because he is Down syndrome. Read this. 63.9 passer rating. This is pathetic. 31 of 50 for 342 yards. They didn't even want to run the ball with Jonathan Taylor. That's another team that forgot to run the ball. But he had a touchdown, right? With 3 interceptions and 3 fucking lost fumbles. I've never seen that stat line in my entire life.
Fatality.
If you had him in fantasy fucking football, you lost 30 points because this man here is the worst. They still only lost by 7 points somehow, some way. I don't know how the Pittsburgh Steelers are so ass that they can't get 3 interceptions and 3 fumbles and only come up with 27 points.
That's what I said.
What'd you learn from here?
I don't think I learned too much. I mean, I wish they would have ran the ball more, like you said. I had a feeling that this was gonna happen though. In Pittsburgh, you gave me that stat about how they've only beaten them twice at home, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even know about that stat. And then on top of that, one of the quarterbacks that is a reclamation project. You know what I'm saying? Like, we thought he was gonna just go into Pittsburgh and light it up. I didn't think that. I thought they were gonna, as a team, we're gonna get it done and come out with this victory. But I said 3 points. they couldn't even beat the Steelers. So,
Bro,
I was just wrong entirely.
90% of fantasy football scored more than Daniel Jones this last weekend. Even the free agents, even the guys that had 0 points and were free agents that they don't have to play for a team that are listed there, scored more than.
I'll tell you one thing I learned. I learned that this win was important to the Steelers. They knew they had to get this game. They came with their A game, and they got it done as far as the defense goes and the head coach. Which Mike Tomlin he just seems to get it done year in, year out.
Kyler Murray, who didn't play against the Cowboys tonight, had more points than Daniel Jones.
Finish him.
I give the Colts defense an F and their offense super F. Double fat F. And the Steelers defense, I'll give them an A because they held down the Colts rushing attack.
I mean, like,
But
so many
their
turnovers
offense,
they
I'll
could
give them a C. I'll give them a flat. I think that was average. I thought they could have done way better with all the turnovers. Quarterback play, Daniel Down syndrome Jones. You are air at quarterback. You whatever the Cincinnati Bengals defense is what you are at quarterback. You are Down syndrome. You are a disease where there's no cure of. It's something that just happens tragically to a bunch of kids, and we feel bad for them. But we don't feel bad for the adults, which is you.
Finish him.
You get an F, and Aaron Rodgers, I'll give him a B. He did his job. But he ain't the old Aaron Rodgers anymore. What about you?
I give Rodgers a C because of the fact that they only scored.
And score shit.
They didn't score like.
Ain't score shit.
My problem is like all those turnovers you guys created.
Probably lets
And
only
you
4
didn't
points.
get he didn't really get much. So I give him a C. I give the offense. I'm gonna give the offense a C minus, and the defense, I'm gonna give it an A plus because I thought, I mean, you created 6 turnovers. Like, I don't care if it was a 7-point game. That wasn't the defense. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it was like one of those things where they was turning them over, and these niggas would go 3 and out or something like that. And hello, if you have the defense out there more than the fucking offense, of course the defense is gonna give up points. So that's how they ended up giving up points in the first place. I feel like the defense was amazing, and the coach, I give them all the F. I don't care.
All right.
I give them all the F.
And then the game of the hour. The Kansas City Chiefs, who also let me down. I'm never betting on Pat Mahomes ever again. Yeah, I said it. Pat Mahomes doesn't keep your money safe, everybody, as you think they do. They came into this game looking like the best team in the entire football team. And when they came into this game, I thought this is going to look ugly. I expected a beatdown. It wasn't a beatdown. They went into fucking Buffalo and got punched in the fucking mouth by Josh Allen and company. Josh Allen went to his MVP mode, 123.2 passer rating, 23 and 26. He only missed 3 passes for 273 yards and 3 touchdowns on that so-called number 1 defense. Right?
Fatality.
Well, they are the number 1 defense, but the thing is that there's no defense for Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar, Hurts, and these guys. When they're on their, you know what I'm saying, Brady, Peyton, all those guys. When they're on their A game,
You better be on yours.
You better be on yours because there's no defense for them. That's what happened here. Meanwhile, apparently, you don't need a defense for Pat Mahomes because he had the worst passer rating of the entire weekend, 57.2, 15 of 34, which is below 50% for 250 yards and an interception. Josh Allen now is 5-1 versus Mahomes in the regular season. What I learned is that the 50 touchdown Pat Mahomes has retired. We will never see Pat Mahomes throw for 50 touchdowns in a season ever again. So I think it's time for everybody to just listen to that. It's a hot take. I get it. But it is what it is. Pat Mahomes' 50 touchdown days are over. He's the guy he ain't that kind of guy no more. He has a strong arm. He does throw a lot of different rifle things, but I think it's Travis Kelce's smarts, Andy Reid's schemes, and Tyreek Cheetah's unique speed is what helped him out with a lot of those. A lot of those were underthrown or overthrown, and Cheetah helped him out. He can't do that with Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown gets a lot of underthrown passes, and people think that he's slow. No, it's because it was underthrown. He was flat-footed while the other guys with the defender was trying to catch up full speed. So he has a strong arm, but he's not as accurate as we all thought he was with the deep passes. We haven't seen it in a long time. I think it was because Cheetah made those deep passes look accurate because of his speed, not because accurate it was there. It just looked like it.
Yeah, he was just launching shit.
I think a lot of them, those who are underthrown, Cheetah had the speed to still get out there, and those that
Or
were overthrown, Speed had this, the speed to go up and get underneath it. So I think the weapons that he had, the scheme that Andy Reid's brilliance gives him, and then the genius that Travis Kelce is finding open areas in the defense, but that's completely away from his route tree, just helps him out a lot more than people expect, and we will never see him throw for 50 touchdowns again. Just get that out of your head, guys. What did you learn?
We just haven't seen the same accuracy in it's been about, I would say, 3 years that we just haven't seen the same accuracy that we saw when he first came out into the league. I don't know if that was a scouting report maybe that, defenses now kind of like figured out or what, but yeah, he just hasn't been the same in my opinion.
Oh, what's up, King Jamie? Welcome back to the Pressure
What I
Podcast.
learned is that Josh Allen's pretty good when he fucking wants. I guess when he needs to be. Because in this game when, they needed him the most, he was there. And we haven't seen that in a while. 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, but this is a broken record now.
2 rushing touchdowns.
This is a broken record right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The fact that years on out, Josh Allen beats Mahomes in the regular season, and then come playoff time, it looks nothing the same. The same Josh Allen that wins the MVP, whatever, doesn't appear against Mahomes in the playoffs. Mahomes looks weak in the regular season. All of a sudden, you find him in the AFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson looked like the best player in the NFL until he plays Josh Allen or Mahomes in the playoffs. And Jalen Hurts looks like he's not as good as Joe Burrow and Allen and Mahomes and Lamar, but he's the most consistent winner out of them all. This is a broken record. So basically, can we just expect that the Bills are going to play the Chiefs and they're going to lose this playoff? There's no need to watch this season. Lamar's going to lose to one of these guys as well.
Nah, I can't say that yet.
It's just a broken record.
Yeah, but
It's the
somebody
same shit.
eventually.
It's the same shit. Well,
Somebody
I can't.
eventually gets over the hump, but I'm not expecting. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying I expect the Bills to beat them now because they beat them in the regular season or because they beat them handily here. I'm just saying in the playoffs, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And then we don't know how that team's gonna look in the future.
Well,
as well. So I don't want to say that. I don't want to jump to that conclusion.
I am, because when I bet against wisdom, it never works out, and that's basically what you're doing. And then when I bet when I bet for wisdom, it still don't work out. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to make money off of these motherfuckers, and I can't because these motherfuckers don't motherfuck. So at the end of the day, I don't know what to expect. It's a broken record, but come playoff time, if it's Chiefs, Bills, guess who I'm betting for? The team that usually wins, which is going to be the Chiefs. Because when I bet against a team that looks like they're better, the team that usually wins in the regular season is the one that wins. So let's see if it works in the playoffs, and they better not fucking let me down. It better not fucking let me down. King JB, your team is A1. I am very pissed off at the Dallas Cowboys because I lost $400 tonight thanks to their punk asses. Thanks to Dak Prescott. Thanks to just Jerry Jones in general. And we're not done talking about them right now. But I lost money because the Cincinnati defense is fucking air. Just literally breathable, clean air that doesn't exist in any other planet, in any other system except Earth. That's Cincinnati, okay? And then who else let me down? The fucking New England Patriots. May has been flawless this whole season. All of a sudden he wants to fumble to the fucking Falcons and give them extra points so I can't cover no more. The only team that didn't let me down is the Los Angeles Rams and my Baltimore Ravens. That's it. Yeah. Yep.
Never again. But I'm not betting on your Chiefs either until the playoff time. I bet on Mahomes. Not to throw an interception. I bet on Mahomes to throw for 40 yards in the first quarter. I bet for Mahomes to complete 2 touchdowns. I bet on Mahomes to win this game for me. Come on, man. He's supposed to be the better quarterback. Why didn't he prove it? He looked like the worst quarterback in the league. Come on, man. Against the Bills? How come you don't play against like that against us? How come when you play against the Ravens, you're fucking flawless? But when you play against the Bills, you look like the New York Jets? Why is that? How come you don't do that to them? Kick their ass. What did we ever do to you? You know, our coach used to be fucking teammates once upon a time.
Finish him.
You don't give a fuck.
Jeez. Fuck Sean McDermott. Why don't you do that to him? How come Mahomes can never play a 57.2 passer rating against the Baltimore Ravens? Do you want to see?
306 spoonage.
That's exactly what Mahomes is against my defense. You want to see what Mahomes' passer rating against the Baltimore Ravens is? Let's look it up right now.
Oh shit! You put the way you do something over here.
Oh shit! I forgot. I can't do nothing here. My bad, guys. Is that in this app, whenever I type everything that I have saved under the buttons comes out as you see.
There you go. You good.
But I'm gonna have to do passer rating versus Ravens.
Wait, he's not typing.
Oh, this is out of here. Versus Ravens. Let's say what it says here. 1117.9, which is what Josh Allen did against you. But look what you did against Josh Allen, 57.2. Man, fuck you guys.
But the other stats though, 17 touchdowns.
I don't want to read the other stats. It's only going to piss me off because I promise you there's only one interception there. Meanwhile, he already has one interception in this game.
No, three. But
okay.
But still.
I don't remember those three.
I don't know where it came from.
Last 10 games against the Ravens, 115.4 passer rating. But against the Bills, let's see the Bills. Yeah,
that's a good idea to see if maybe.
$85.9, man. Fuck you guys. And you guys suck at defense. Where's Anthony? Is Anthony there with you, King Jamie? Fuck this. No. I want you guys under investigation.
Look what it says.
I want Buffalo and Mahomes and them under investigation. No.
It says based on 5 games, which is lower than his typical career average.
No.
Due to his career low completion rate in their most recent game. In his last 6 games against the Bills,
we are a way better defensive team
than
the fucking Buffalo Bills. I know that is you guys just playing like ass. Not that nothing that the Buffalo Bills are doing to you. I know it for a fact. Unbelievable, man. Fuck you guys. We held you to 17 points in the playoffs and still lose. But these guys hold you to 17 points in the playoffs and you lose in 3 seconds, man. Fuck you. Nah, fuck that shit. That shit's rigged. That shit's rigged. It's got to be rigged. Look at that difference. You saw that? Let's see against the Eagles. I'm gonna put y'all in the investigations too.
I don't know why.
I'm coming for everybody.
I mean, you already know what he does against us.
For everybody.
It's pretty bad. Oh no, he's
94.5. 94.5. See, even against the Eagles, y'all should put them on an investigation. The hell?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. We already beat them. I'm good.
No, but what about the one that you didn't beat them? Maybe you should put them on an investigation for that.
I don't care about that.
I do.
We gave that belt to ass. They didn't do that to us.
No, but they rigged that shit. How does Hurts fumble out of nowhere? Maybe they threatened something. They threatened his girlfriend or something. I hope not. I'm just joking. See, losing $400 got me talking about Jalen Hurts' girlfriend here. My bad, Jalen Hurts.
Starting to sound like a riot over here and shit.
Yes. So let's get to the YN grades for the week. Here we have the progress report for some of these young Negroes here. You got Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, and Drake May. And I always like to give people some grades. I try to be fair. Nix, we already talked about him. I gave him a C plus because he won, but in reality it'd be a C minus. Caleb had a C plus game. He had a great game, but if you look at that 58.8 pass completion percentage, it tells you everything you need to know. The only reason why he had all those numbers is because Cincinnati's defense is air. Okay, anybody in scrimmage can do that.
It would have been half of that and not been that last play either.
Drake May had an A plus game until the fumble, even with the interception. And Michael Penix, I give him a solid B. He had an ugly completion percentage, but he did his thing when he needed to. When the opportunity knocked, he answered the bell. Drake May, it's not the exact opposite. It was just that when the opportunity was there for you to seal it, you actually did the exact opposite. You opened the door for him.
Yeah.
Okay. So
the
fumble, the interception didn't count for me, but the fumble, it was just bad timing because it was the end of the game when you were trying to close it out and run off the clock.
My only grade that I had different was Penix. It was a B plus, but Drake May was B.
Gotcha. And we got Ward, Dart, Bryce Young, and J.J. McCarthy. Ward is a C plus because he actually made it interesting. So I give him a C plus, even though his completion percentage is back to normal, below 60. Then Jackson Dart, B plus, 72.7 passer rating. Completion percentage and a 107 passer rating, 3 touchdowns. This guy's become a touchdown machine. He looks like he's improving. I give him a B plus just because he didn't win. J.J. McCarthy, I gave him an A minus. His completion percentage is atrocious, but he got the win, and he got a win that he wasn't supposed to get. And not only that, he did it to a franchise that needed a win very, very badly. They needed you to come back and give him life, and it's exactly what you did. So because of all that, and because of the pressure you had for your teammates, you deserve an A for that. And Bryce was a F plus. He played like ass, and he is ass, but at least he got the win. He didn't fuck it up when they needed to get into field goal range in the game. That he did make some throws there.
Yeah, that
so,
was ass. I agree with those.
Yep. That's that.
I agree with all those.
And then we get to the end of the segment here with the Money Player and the Bum of the Week award. You usually do the Money Player of the Week. I didn't have one. Go ahead and take it away, broski.
Money Player of the Week will be, drum roll please.
Oh, right here. Boom, boom, boom,
Josh
boom,
Allen.
Give me a hell yeah!
After the game, man. Like when you most needed to get something done, you got it done. You were accurate as hell. Haven't seen a game like that in a long time. Proud of you, man. Good shit.
I think this is clear as day that you can't give it to Sam Darnold again. I would have to agree. Josh Allen did his thing. He proved that he's the MVP. So he's the Money Player of the Week. Wrong. He's just the Money Player of the weekend. But the Money Player of the Week is Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it's another knock, bitch!
He came back and did his thing against the Dolphins. But he didn't look all that good, so I didn't want to see anything. I was going to see what you're going to do. All right. Then the Bum of the Week.
A no good loser like you, you bum.
Your Bum of the Week award is Dak Prescott. Why?
You expected a lot more with the fact that he has all the weapons on offense. Like, we already knew the defense was atrocious, but the fact that they were able to score 27 and you weren't able to score more than 27, I gotta give you the L, because I feel like the expectations were for you guys to win this game and handily, and that's not what happened. And you didn't play well at all.
A no good loser like you, you bum.
You get paid way too much money, by the way, to have these type of performances.
I don't think Dak Prescott's the Bum of the Week award winner. I didn't think it's all his fault, even though he did lose me $250 fucking dollars. But I blame the entire organization. So I have a picture of Dak Prescott carrying the organization on his back, because his job is not easy, so I can't blame it all on him. But I'm going to blame Jerry Jones. I'm going to blame the O-line. I'm going to blame the D-line. I'm going to blame the defensive backs that don't exist. I'm going to blame the defensive coordinator. I'm going to blame Michael Parsons. I'm going to blame everybody except Dak in this picture, because they're the Bum of the Week award winners. Not just because they lost me $400 in total, but also because they're disappointing as the label that's given to them, America's team. This is not America. This is the exact opposite of America. This is, I don't want to say the country's name. You know what? Fuck that shit. I'll say it. This is the Gaza Strip. This is India. This is mostly of China. This is Haiti. This is Cuba. This is all that shit. This is all that corrupt shit that's in the third world. That's what they are. Bum of the Week award winners. I'm going to blame everybody for losing me all that money, not just Dak Prescott. I'm going to blame the lady that just scans tickets that has something to do with this. She's the most at fault here. I'm sick and tired of betting on the Cowboys. I will never do this again.
A no good loser like you, you bum.
As you know, when we put someone that's the Bum of the Week award winner, we put him in the shelter. So I have a fan there sitting on a chair outside the bum tent with his cowboy hat on, just looking down at the ground because he knows he's stuck there for the rest of the year at the shelter with Tua, with Bryce, with the Cincinnati Bengals, with Russell Wilson, with Caleb Williams, with Sunshine Lawrence, with the New York Jets, and with Aaron fucking Boone, the worst manager in baseball history. Congratulations, you're stuck there for the year. Dallas Cowboys, Bum of the Week.
A no good loser like you, you
Yeah,
bum.
that was bad.
I blame the whole Cowboys organization.
Oh, King Jamie said he had to leave. All right, King Jamie.
All
Appreciate
right, guys, we're going to bounce out. We're not lagging yet, and that's good. I hope the quality stays like that. We will be back on Thursday at midnight. Thursday is the day where we will establish the top 10 QBs, the QB tiers, and then the top 10 power rankings, and the NBA power rankings as well. We'll talk more NBA. We will also give you a few other tiers, NBA tiers, and and NFL team tiers with the QB tiers, and
Celebrities, I think top 10.
top 10 celebrity women, I think, female celebs, and a few other top 10. So tune into Top 10 Thursday. Denali, appreciate you tuning in. We got your list coming through. In the comments, if you have any top 10 ideas that you'd like us to rank, put it in the comments. Feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, spam the like button, share this with your friends. We growing, we're going strong, but we will be back on Thursday at midnight to do the top 10. Okay, y'all be safe. Appreciate y'all. And